This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that fart. We keeping the foot on the wood on the knees. We keeping the foot on the wood on the knees. And like the Tibetan man shift that I am, I'm applying wood unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts his pipes. Let's talk about it, man. Cinnamon dust of a horchata. Black community fan bases especially. They are sniffing the cinnamon dust of a horchata ass crack. Let me say it again. Black community fan bases are sniffing the cinnamon dust of a horchata's ass crack. So hear me fucking well. Canelo Alvarez don't got no room to say I'm not Sergey Kovalev. I'm different. How the fuck are you different? You basically fought a super duper paid to lose Sergey Kovalev. A Sergey Kovalev that owed Russian mobsters money. $10 million to be exact. How much money did he make off of the cinnamon dust of a horchata of an Alvarez fight? It was $10 million. That's exactly what he had to pay up. That's why Kathy Duva from Main Event Promotions was willing to feed his ass to the wolves. Let me say it again. Kathy Duva from Main Events Promotions was willing to feed his ass to the wolves. Aegis Climas, isn't that his manager? Fed his ass to the damn wolves because they didn't want to deal with the Russian mobsters. You better go do your homework on these Russian mobsters. See, this is the problem with black community fan bases. They're sniffing the cinnamon dust of a horchata's ass crack so much to the point that now they're making videos about saying that Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev, Sergey Kovalev, I'm not Sergey Kovalev, I'm different. What the fuck is that? See, this is what people got to understand in this most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat true-teller fashion. Andre SOG Ward is a special fighter. When he fought the Krusher, Andre Ward went up a weight class. He was able to do what the cinnamon dust of a horchata Alvarez was never able to do. Go and fight the heavyweight lifter. Go and fight heavyweight lifting the notion. When we look at Andre Ward's career, there is no question about Andre Ward ducking opponents. He never did that. And when people said the fight against Sergey Kovalev was not definitive, he ran that motherfucker back. Greatness personification always runs the motherfucker back. Let me say it again. Greatness personification always runs the motherfucker back. So in this most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat true-teller fashion, is as simple as this. Stop sniffing the cinnamon dust of a horchata's ass crack. The guy is petrified and scared of elite black competition. Andre Ward is at the pinnacle of elite black competition. That's why Timothy Bradley, when he said what he said, he made it very clear. Andre Ward didn't even say nothing, but watch Andre Ward respond back. I know Andre SOG Ward. He's going to respond back. He's going to tell cinnamon dust of a horchata, then sign the fucking fight. Then fucking fight me. Because when it's all said and done, if cinnamon dust of a horchata Alvarez wants to get his ass fucking embarrassed, then go ahead and step into the ring with Andre SOG Ward. This is a whole nother level than Jamal Charlo. Whole nother level than Demetrius Andrade. These guys will beat the shit out of your ass. We know Jamal Charlo is too explosive and too athletic as you know what. We know Demetrius Andrade will box your fucking ears off. But Andre Ward will do what these guys will do and then some. Because Andre Ward is a complete package fighter. We're talking about an unofficial era-filled fighter. I want cinnamon dust of a horchata to step in the ring with Andre SOG Ward. Watch what the fuck happens to him. I fucking dare you to step into the ring with Andre SOG Ward. He won't do that. Because in cinnamon dust of a horchata Alvarez fashion, he's petrified and he's scared of elite black fighters. You had the Chihuahua walking behind the damn fence in Terrence Buck Crawford. He's doing what black community fan bases do. They always want to kiss cinnamon dust of a horchata's ass crack. They want to sniff it. He apologized after he said, you are petrified and scared of elite black competition. It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, When Timothy Knothead, aka Bullethead Bradley, said what he said, he was telling the truth, a fundamental truth. I dare you to step into the ring with Andre SOG Ward. Like I told you, all he needs is one tune-up. Cinnamon dust of a horchata of Alvarez is so fucking overrated. Andre Ward just need a tune-up, and it could be any tune-up. It could be a tomato can. It could be a bum bash. That's how much more elite Andre Ward is than Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata of an Alvarez. And now you got black community fan bases. Just like Jamel Charlo did. And I didn't like when he did that. And I G-checked his ass for that shit. Why are you sitting there propping up a Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata of an Alvarez when he don't give two flying fucks about you? He didn't care about you. He didn't care about your brother. He's not giving your brother a fight. He didn't give you a fucking fight. So why are you sniffing the Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata's ass crack? See, this is the problem. Canelo Alvarez is the LeBron James of boxing. He has all of these boxing community fan bases in the 27th law of power, cult-like following, neuro-linguistic programming. He's turned them into brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads. When we look at Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata, this guy's stamina is shit. Andre Ward can take you to deep waters, though. It's like he did Sergey Kovalev. When Andre Ward fought Sergey Kovalev, he was the crusher. Andre Ward didn't fight no guy where he walked into the stadium and the Jumbotron said that he was a 4-time champion in 4 weight classes before the bell rung. Andre Ward stepped up to the plate when everybody said, you ain't gonna fight the crusher. He fought Sergey Kovalev at his fucking best. He didn't tell him a 6-week rehydration clause. He didn't tell him basically you need 6 weeks after you got concussed by Anthony Yard and then step into the ring with me. He gave him a full 9 to 13 week training camp. Stepped into the ring and fought him on his fucking terms. Because Andre Ward was not in part of that weight class. That was Sergey Kovalev's weight class. That was when Sergey Kovalev was a crusher. Not Sergey Krushed Kovalev. That's who Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata fought. He fought the crush version, not the crusher. So why are black community fan bases sniffing the Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata ass crack? See, this is what he knows everything was talking about. And a prediction king strikes again. And a prediction king strikes again. These black community fan bases, they are finch straddlers, man. Finch straddling fucking betas. Because when it's all said and done, you're going to sit there and be so much of a Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata's ass crack sniffer. Then now you're going to talk about an unofficial error-filled fighter that you know damn well will give Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata not only a boxing lesson, he will embarrass him in the fucking ring. And now all of a sudden you're going to say, Sergey Kovalev, I'm not Sergey Kovalev, I'm different. Get the fuck out of here. Stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense. Go sit down somewhere and what? Higgity fucking hush. We know in boxing, there's 3 boxers that will embarrass the shit out of Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata. Floyd Mayweather already did it. Andre SOG Ward can fucking do it. And the True Spence damn sure can do it. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat true teller fashion. I dare anyone to challenge me on this shit. Because when Andre Ward fought Sergey Kovalev, he was the crusher. Cinnamon Dust of a Horchata fought the crush version. If that ain't the cold-hearted, that ain't the unadulterated, and that ain't the cutthroat true teller fashion, then I don't know what it is. I keeps the foot on the whoop on the Knicks. I keeps the foot on the whoop on the Knicks. This is He Knows Everything. Checking out.